Hello and welcome to my channel. I have an unboxing of the Brutus Monroe Inspiration Kit. This was from June 2021 and it's called Mermaid Kisses. So at least at the time of this recording, this box is still available even though it is slightly older now. But these kits have kind of come back on my radar because originally when I was looking at kits, I didn't really understand or have the equipment to take advantage of these, which I think is what makes the Brutus Monroe kit rather unique. These are foilables, so they are panels that have been laser printed, so where you see black, that's actually toner ink. And toner allows you to actually apply a transfer foil to this and be able to foil wherever you see black, you can apply foil to it. So what's really cool is that we get both sentiments here, 4 sheets in total, 2 each. They have the exact same sentiments across all 4 sheets. It's just that here you've got black on white, or if you foil it, then you have your foil color on white background, and then you have the inverse of that, so white on black. So if you wanted to foil the background everywhere you see black and have white font or text, then you can use this version. But you can use these as is too, so they're perfectly usable even if you don't have transfer foil, a mink machine, or a laminator. You don't have to have those in order to make good use of these. So they're nice. You can just kind of slice them, trim them, and then use them on your cards as is. Then the cool part though is that we also get these panels that are also foilable. So here we have this really fun kind of collage of fish, which is really awesome. Imagine foiling that, right? So that's gonna look gorgeous. And we've got this other scene here, so we can build up something underwater if we want, and then foil what's above water. And you get 2 of each, and these are USA 2 size panels. So let me see if it's exactly... Yep, it's exactly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this will fit fully on your USA 2 size card, or if you wanted, you can always trim it down and have a little matte layer border around it if you want. This is really nice. This is pretty much a full scene here, but there's some room for maybe a sentiment or a focal image. So that's almost, your card done. And if you didn't want to foil, you can also just color this in. You can just treat this as a, just a stamped image that you can then color with whatever medium you like. So whether that's colored pencils, alcohol markers, you could use water-based markers, watercolor if you wanted. I would go light on the water though. This is maybe, I think, 80 to 100 pound paper, so it's not watercolor paper. But if you're using very little water and giving it, ample time to dry, then you could do that. So lots of different ways to use this panel if foiling is not your thing. The reason why I've picked up this kit, actually I bought 3 of them, is because I do want to start using my laminator more. I want to start using up my deco foil, which is a transfer foil. So I thought this is going to be a really great way to do that, because even though I have a laser printer, sometimes it just may not get as, I don't think my printer could handle something like this, where there's just a large block of black toner. So, there are some limits to what, my home printer can do. So really excited to get into that. Then we get, it seems like as a staple of these boxes are some ribbon, 1 yard each of 3 different colors and some sequins, a very generous pack of sequins. And these have different colors. We got, is it 1 or 2 different, or 2 or 3? I think it's 3 different colors in here. And they have a little bit of an AB, like an Aurora Borealis effect, where just tilting them, you kind of get a different rainbow kind of shine to it. So really, really pretty and coordinates really well. Then there's a little flare button. Really, these are so adorable. I believe they're not gonna be including pins in, did I say it was a button? It's a pin. I believe they're not going to be including these pins in future kits, but they're so cute. And they're, I'm sure, very collectible as well. And we have a little jar of, it looks like dewdrops. Yep. So these are sort of half pearl dewdrops. They really do look like water droplets, don't they? That's really pretty. I think, seems like they're all the same size. Yeah, I think they're all the same size. So that's really nice and really great addition, considering this is mermaid themed. So there's going to be a lot of water and under the sea theme items. And then we get our card bases. So we have 5 of these, and these are about, they feel like they're the same weight as these panels here. So I would put it at maybe 80 to maybe 100. I don't know. I feel like it might be closer to 80. But you know, if you like a heavier weight card base, like I tend to, you can just always use this as stamping card too, because it feels pretty smooth. So I think it would be really good to stamp and color on as well. Don't take my word for that, just because I haven't actually yet tried out these kits. Then getting into oh, look at that. That's pretty. Full-size cardstock. So we get a sheet of glitter, and then solid color cardstock. This looks like solid core. Oh, that's really nice. Look at this color combination. Yeah, these are all solid core. I like solid core cardstock. I kind of prefer it to white core, even though white core does open you up to doing a lot of different techniques, but I do like being able to kind of die cut through these, and you don't see that white. You don't feel like you have to kind of ink the edges so that white isn't noticeable. And also, if you do anything where you have to put a fold into something, usually, at least with the solid core papers, if it cracks a little, it's not the end of the world, because it's the same color all the way through from front to back. Whereas with white core paper, if you put a fold into it and it cracks, you're gonna see through that top layer of color and you'll see the white. So that's generally why I prefer this. And these I would put at maybe a 60 or 65 pound paper weight. They are thinner, it feels, than these card panels and the card base. So a really good layering weight. The glitter cardstock is thicker, so, and it feels like it's pretty well encapsulated. I don't think it sheds at all. So there's our papers, and then of course the stamp and die set. Amazing. So we have 12 dies, and look how cool this is. So they have the stamped image, so you can very quickly see what die is meant to cut out which stamped image. So I really like that they've done that, because sometimes it's not like it's, you can't figure it out, but it takes a beat, right? So the fact that they've kind of giving you the stamped image, you know right away if you've used that image where to find the die that coordinates. So I think it just saves you time and it's just convenient. So it's really nice that they've done that. And the stamp set includes 20 stamps, and I imagine the dies will cut out most of the larger images. So like there are some of these like kind of shadow silhouette style fish. I don't think there will be a die to cut that out. But there is a die that cuts out the bubbles though. I'm a little surprised by that. And there are sentiments on the stamp sheet as well, and I don't think there are dies to cut that out. So what I like about this set is that I'm kind of building up a little bit of a water themed stash now. And so what I think is really cute is that we have two styles of mermaids. So I think that's really adorable. And one looks like she's sitting and one looks like she's kind of swimming or floating. So I kind of like that we've got a couple of different options, and these are a nice large size so that they can be a really good focal image to your card, but they're not so hard to color. So, the spacing is not so small that you can't get your pen in there, but not so large that you really have to work to blend from one color to the next. I kind of find that, images that are sort of like this are so perfect to kind of learn how to blend from one color to another and get sort of that highlight and shading. But they're not overly large to where it's I find with the larger images where you have like larger gaps, a larger kind of open area, it can be a little bit harder to blend colors because you have to kind of cover such a large section. And with these smaller ones, I feel like it's a little bit easier to blend from one color to the next. And we have, on top of the two mermaids, we have a little turtle, which is super cute. And then you get 4 different fish, which all have really cute little expressions. They're all different types of fish. So the only thing I would have liked is if they had some fish facing one way and some fish facing, the other way. If they had, because all of the fish and the turtle, they all face in this one direction. And so sometimes it's, it can be nice to have, the fish looking at each other, or you can have 2 fish kissing, or, whatever it is. If you have at least some of the fish facing the other way, then it can help with kind of composing your card, because most of the time I think you're going to want your fish, most of the time, maybe not always, but I would feel inclined to have my fish actually look at my mermaid, for example. And so because the fish, all of the fish and the turtle look to the left, I'm gonna kind of be stuck with having to put my mermaid on the left and my fish on the right. Whereas if they had at least a couple of the fish looking that way, then it opens up the possibility for how you can compose your card, and you can have your fish, you can have your focal point on either side of your card and have the fish look at it. So if I had one wish, it would have been that they had just flipped some of these fish. Now, of course, I know you can do mirror stamping and kind of do the reverse of this, but I'm no good at that technique. So I would just much prefer that they give me the variety so that I can kind of compose it however makes the most sense. So other than that, though, I mean, these are really cute cute pictures. They're not images. They're not super tiny, so I feel like they're gonna be, easy to color. And I just really love the expression and the variation in the mermaids that we get. I do like that they've given us that variation, at least, sitting and swimming, and it's just all really, really super cute. So that is this kit, and when I craft with this kit, I will be sure to link to that project at the end of this one. Thank you so much for joining me, and until my next video, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!